Hello guys, it's Katie and welcome back to another video on my vlog channel. So it has been a while and I'm sure you guys probably expected the next video to be a health update video, which is still coming, but I'm kind of just waiting for more answers. I am going to talk about it a little bit in this video, but I kind of just wanted there to be more answers before I made the final part 2 video, and I'm still having testing and stuff done, so there hasn't really been an opportunity for a part 2 yet like I expected. And I do also have a vlog coming hopefully soon from my vacation, because last time you guys saw me I was telling you that I was going on vacation, and now it's been like a month since that vacation, actually a little over I think. And I am instead here giving you a video on why I'm ending my podcast, which is a video that I didn't expect to make. And I know there'll probably be people that tell me I don't need to give explanations, which I know I don't, but I just want to give you guys explanations because I know that there are a lot of people that really enjoy the podcast, and I do still love the podcast, but I'm going to get into my reasons. I have a list on my phone, you guys, because I don't want to ramble too long for this video, even though I probably will ramble for a long time for this video, but I do want to at least make sure I hit these 5 bullet points that I have and just give you reasons for why the podcast is ending, which some of it is my health and medical stuff that we're going to get into. So before I get started though, I do just want to give you a little disclaimer that in no way, shape, or form is any of this complaining. I am so thankful and grateful that this is what I get to do for a job, and the podcast was a part of that. Now it's not going to be, but I'm so grateful, and I don't want any of this to come off as complaining. This is just my reasons for why I have decided to end it. So with that, we're gonna actually get into the reasons. So my first one, and probably one of the biggest ones, is focusing on crocheting. So if you guys have seen some of my other videos on the main channel or even follow me on Instagram, you probably know that I am doing a lot of orders recently, as well as I'm getting back into doing markets and craft fairs, and with that comes a lot more crocheting that I need to get done. So the podcast has become something that is kind of put on the back burner, and I end up doing it the last minute because of all of that stuff. As well as I want to get into making more crochet videos on my main channel. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but recently I haven't done any crochet with me or crochet, any videos of me actually crocheting. I've just been doing hauls and sit down videos, which I love doing, but I would like to have more time to do crochet with me and videos where I'm actually crocheting in them and have a final product at the end of it. So that is one of the big reasons. And I'm also designing a lot of patterns as of recent, and that takes up a good portion of my time. At least probably one day a week is dedicated to making a pattern now, a full day. And this week that I'm filming it, I spent 2 days doing 2 different patterns, so you know, it's a big chunk of my time. And that's not even 8-hour days, that's my full day basically. So that's just a big reason why the podcast is ending. Also, yarn sale videos. So if you guys follow my main channel, which I'm sure you do if you're even watching this channel, I do yarn sale videos every Sunday and every Thursday now, which I love doing those, and I love helping you guys get the best deals and the best sales. And I know a lot of people like those as well because it does help them get the best deals and the best sales. But the thing with doing those videos is I film, edit, and upload them all within the same day. So that is Sunday and Thursday for probably half of my work day. I am filming, editing, and uploading all by 2 o'clock and waking up at 10 o'clock. So it is, again, another big chunk of time that is taken out to do that for each week, 2 days a week. And with that being tacked on, again, the podcast has just become a lot to keep up with. As far as some of my medical stuff, we're gonna get into it a little bit, but I will have a full video, again, hopefully soon, explaining the updates on what I know so far and after more testing has been done and everything. But just the short story is right after our vacation, when I went to my follow-up appointment and they had my blood work results and everything in, I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, which you could probably even hear it in my voice right now. My voice is very hoarse because this is the second video I filmed today and it's really late at night, so I've also just been talking all day. And by really late, I mean almost 1 a.m. so I should be asleep instead of filming this video. But that is a symptom of hypothyroidism, as well as being cold all the time, which I'm wearing a jacket in my house and it's like 72 or something, which is cold to me, but to most people, like, it's not really cold. I've had a lot of the symptoms of hypothyroidism for a long time and just never realized it was a correlation until I was diagnosed. And I was tested for that because that is something that can cause the fainting, which if you guys didn't watch my last video, it was very long, so if you want to watch it you can, but if not, I don't blame you. Long story short on that is I basically fainted and have been going through a lot of testing and stuff to figure out why. And not only do I have blood pressure problems like I discussed in that video, but I also now have hypothyroidism, which I say now because now I'm diagnosed, but technically I've probably had it for a long time. But I just started medication for it. Well, not just, like a month ago after the appointment where I was diagnosed, I started medication for it, and a big side effect of that medication is having trouble sleeping. So I don't sleep the best at night, and a lot of times I don't go to bed until late anyway because I'm filming or editing or crocheting. So that's another reason why the podcast isn't fitting into my schedule. And the thing with the podcast is because I live at home with my sister and my parents. I mean, I'm only 19, so I think that's pretty normal, but I still live at home, so in order for me to do the podcast when there's no noise, I pretty much have to do it at like this time of night, and that's why I'm also filming at this time of night. And whenever that's the case, it also messes with my sleeping, which has not been good for all of my other medical stuff going on. So again, just another reason. And a lot of the medical stuff, like I said, I'll get into in a future video, and some of it I did discuss in my previous video on this channel. But yeah, like a big thing with the hypothyroidism that has affected my videos as well as the podcast is my voice. So you guys don't notice this probably throughout my videos or the podcast because I edit it out, but I do have to drink water in between, like, very often. Normally I go through a full one of these just filming one video or doing one podcast, and I do have to repeat myself a bunch of times whenever my voice does start to sound raspy or hoarse, and that is just something that takes up even more time, especially with the podcast, because the podcast does take longer to record most of the time than regular videos. And with my voice, even before I was diagnosed with the hypothyroidism, I would get comments fairly often in videos, and people would question if I'm okay and ask if I was about to cry or anything. I even had one person, like, super nice comment, but they were like, it's okay if you need somebody to talk to, I'm here, like, whatever, like, super nice comment. But I was just like so confused why I was getting those comments. I was like, I'm perfectly fine, you know. And come to find out, I have hypothyroidism and my voice apparently sounds shaky, which when I watch stuff back, sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, it kind of does. But it didn't really seem like it unless I was actually thinking about it. But now that I know it, it's like I can really hear it in my own videos whenever I'm talking or editing the video back. So just another thing that's made the podcast even more difficult. And then I also have other business things that I do want to do, hopefully, in the future. I'm not going to specify any of it because not only do I have a lot of ideas and I don't know if or when any of them would be happening, so I just don't want to say in case something doesn't end up happening or it ends up being like years down the line. But I do have a lot of other things that I would like to do or try to do or start, and just stopping the podcast is one thing that will give me more time to work on that kind of stuff. And finally, it's just more time for myself. Put it simply, more time for myself. And I was actually thinking about this the other day, and I don't have that many hobbies, right? I'd say crocheting is probably my biggest hobby, obviously. And then true crime and maybe puzzles, which if you guys have watched this vlog channel like at all, you probably know that I like puzzles. And 2 out of the 3 of those things have become a business for me, because crocheting is obviously what my whole main YouTube channel and Instagram and all of that is about. And pretty much everything that I end up crocheting is for me to sell or to make a video on or sell the pattern, something like that. So at this point it's not really a hobby anymore. And then for true crime, while I've been doing the podcast, pretty much the only time I listen to true crime or deep dive into true crime is because I'm doing research for a podcast episode, which is great, but again, it takes away from it being an actual hobby and makes it into a business yet again. And then puzzles, I literally have had a puzzle on our table out there, which you guys have seen in vlogs if you've watched me doing puzzles. I've had the same puzzle on the table with only like the edges done for probably like 3 or 4 weeks, because I just have not had the time. Like, that's all it is I haven't sat down to work on it, so it's just been there. And whenever I do sit down to work on a puzzle, I can finish a 500-piece puzzle in one night. If I do nothing but that, I can, and I have before, multiple times. But I don't sit down to work on it as often as I want to, because things like crocheting all the time and the podcast and all of that. So basically, just not doing the podcast is a way for me to have more time for myself as well as all of the other things I've mentioned. And I've only been filming for like 16 minutes, you guys, or something like that. And my throat is literally killing me. And I'm freezing. So I will give you like a little mini health update, I guess, at the end of this, because I'm pretty much done talking about why the podcast is over. But before I like get into other stuff, I do just want to say I am so incredibly grateful for everybody that has listened to the podcast, left a review, followed me on the Instagram page, literally anything like that. I am so grateful for, and I really appreciate it. And I have loved the podcast throughout the time of doing it, and it does make me really sad to end it, but it's just something that I have to do for myself and for all of the reasons that I mentioned throughout this video. But I do want to make it very clear that I am very grateful. And it sounds like I'm about to cry again because of my hoarse, shaky voice. I'm perfectly fine. But I still do just want to reiterate that I am super grateful, and I know there's a lot of people that have enjoyed the podcast throughout the 2 seasons, and I'm so glad. But it is over, and I am sorry, but now you know all the reasons. So anyway, just my little tiny health update that I'm including at the end of this video. So first, like I mentioned, I did start medication for the hypothyroidism, and actually tomorrow as I'm filming this, which is why I should go to bed because it's going to be like probably 9 AM tomorrow, I am going to get blood work done again because I've been on the medication for like a month now. And then I have a follow-up appointment next week on Thursday, which it's Thursday as I'm filming this, at like 1 AM. But anyway, but then I have the follow-up appointment a week from today, and that's when they'll give me the results from my blood work and tell me if I need to be put on a higher dosage of the medication or if the dosage I'm on right now is good enough, which they started me out on the lowest dosage, and they will increase it, and I'll get blood work every like 4 to 6 weeks until it's the correct amount of medication to lower my thyroid levels, basically, if that made any sense. I don't know if it made any sense, and that's why I'm just gonna do a full video that I hopefully won't film at like 1 AM so that it will make more sense, because I feel like it don't make any sense whenever I film videos this late at night. And y'all hear that? That's literally, my throat is like burning. So I should probably go, to be honest with you, but just one other medical thing is I did have an echocardiogram last week and that came back perfectly normal. But again, they'll give me more information on that at my follow-up appointment next week. But I did have an echocardiogram, and we have like an app thing that you use to like make appointments and contact your doctor and stuff, and they sent me my results and said that it was normal, like in the notes section. So I know that it's fine. And I did a echocardiogram like in office, which I mentioned in the last video, and that was normal, but my doctor just wanted to check again with like a big echocardiogram machine. I'm not a doctor, you guys, so I don't even know what it would be called, but basically I went to a special office where they do like MRIs and echocardiograms and all that kind of stuff with the bigger machines, and they did the echocardiogram on me and it was normal. So that was just something that the doctor wanted to double check just to make sure, because that is a big reason that people faint or pass out, is because of your heart. But mine is either my blood pressure or my thyroid, and not sure which one because I have both. So that's why more testing and things like that are being done on me to see, because my doctor wants to know what the reason was, but also we want to get the thyroid straightened out since I do have that problem as well, unfortunately. This was a lot. I just need to go because my throat is burning, you guys. I've still been drinking water and everything and it's just burning. But it's also literally 3 minutes to 1 now. So I've been talking all throughout the day, as well as filmed 2 videos today. So that's probably why. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope it gave you a explanation, or all of the explanations, for why the podcast is ending. And again, I know there'll probably be people that say you don't need an explanation, I can just do whatever I want, which yes, that is true, but I did just want to give you guys the reasons and also like a mini health update at the same time in this video. So like I've already said a million times, there will be a full health update coming soon on this channel, as well as hopefully all of the vlog footage I have from our vacation, because we went to the Columbus Zoo and the wilds in Ohio as well. Like, I have so much good footage from that and it was so much fun. I just haven't had the time to edit that all into one vlog, but it's still on the SD card that's in my camera right now. So hopefully that'll be the next video, and then after that, once I have some explanations on my thyroid and everything else, I'll make an update video. But for real, you guys, I said I wasn't gonna ramble and I'm in the process of rambling, so I'm gonna go. I will see you guys here in the next video, which, like I said, I don't know when that's gonna be, but I will see you here in the next video, as well as my regular Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday on the main channel. Goodbye.